Well, howdy folks, Hellcrex here, and welcome to episode 103 of Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere as we move into further along the front lines. We are in the jump ship here, moving towards the front, and we got another data load of information. The data packet come in of intel. We have another identified mech. It is another Omni. It is the Koshi, as we codename Koshi. And this thing is 25 tons. And this is a 25-ton mech with teeth. It's another scout mech that has lots of teeth to it. 7.5 tons of equipment on board. Coming in at a base 871. Then we look at the battle value from all the other ones. Now, the Koshi is 25 tons, as stated before. It has a 711 movement. And we come in with some jump jets. Now, this is looking at a mech that is similar to the Locust for speed, but this thing will tear you a new one. It gets in there really quick. Now, it also has only 67 points of armor, so it does have a downside to it. If you can hit this thing, you can do damage to it. Alright? Hit it in an arm, you're taking off weapon systems, because this thing carries most of its equipment in the arms. So everything has all this battle space is typically found in both arms. So if you can take an arm off, and it's going to go cut the firepower down pretty quickly. So if you look at the arm, it has 4 points of armor and only 4 points of internal structure. So if we can hit this thing with a large laser of any type, it is going to lose weapon systems right there. So try to get this thing into the flank. Now, the basic load down on this thing, it also has 10 double heat sinks, so this thing can dissipate most of the heat that it generates. Alright, so, and with those having a 711 and a 6 jump, this thing is very fast. It can displace quickly, gets around into those nooks and crannies. So alright boys, doors and corners, watch yourself. These things come around a corner in a city fight really fast, and then they can open up a new one, so they can jump right behind you. Alright, so the standard configuration we've been seeing hitting the front lines is the primary one. This thing carries a Streak 4 in the right arm, a couple machine guns in the right arm, some ammo in the right arm for both weapon systems. Left arm carries an LRM-10. Yes, it has an LRM-10. So you're looking at a light mech with an LRM-10 in the standard configuration. So, you infantry ground pounders out there, watch yourselves, because these things can dive in there and lay waste to an infantry squad quickly before you even know it's there, and it's gone before you even get to fire a shot at it. So keep your eyes open. This thing will come up on you pretty quickly. Now, it will stand off with those LRMs just like any other mech. So you're typically, this thing has firepower of medium mech, and it can devastate things really fast. So if it gets in behind any type of other of our light mechs, it matches it toe to toe. Now, we have some other configurations that we have seen. We have the, we're calling the Alpha configuration. This thing has a couple of machine guns and a flamer in the right arm. It carries around, yes, an anti-missile system. So if you're shooting missiles at this thing, it can shoot missiles down. We had information that this is Starlink technology from the old days, and it has returned. So our missiles going at it are hampered, and if you're seeing an Alpha configuration one, so energy weapons or ballistic weapons are our best bet to damage this thing if it can shoot down missiles coming at it. And then it has a couple what they were calling in the right and left legs, anti-infantry battle pods, I think it is what they call these things. So its thing is running around like it has claymores in its legs. So if we try to do any type of mech attack on it with our infantry, all right, so listen to you guys, they will blast you off the face of the earth. So not a good thing to try to engage these things in point blank range, because we're going to get hurt. And it has flamers and machine guns, so not a good deal. So once again, it's very bad for our infantry. We got a lot of infantry around here. We're carrying a couple regiments with us, but boys, watch these things. They'll tear us up. Alright, we're seeing the Bravo configuration here. And the Bravo configuration, we're looking at a couple SRM6s, two SRM6s in the right arm with an ER small laser in the right arm, some ammo to go with those SRMs. So it carries around a couple tons worth, so you're looking at 15 turns of firepower with those things, so it's going to be sticking around. And then two ER medium lasers. Alright, these ER medium lasers, I've stated before, are just like getting hit with the large lasers that we have. So they are comparable, but we're finding these things, couple large lasers equivalent, on a light mech. So once again, this thing has firepower that you usually find on heavies and medium mechs. So, alright, I have to state this again. Try to shoot these things, take them down as quick as possible, because you let them run around on our flanks, get in behind us, get into the rear areas, we are done. Alright, you got to hold your positions. You have to block. Alright, so you fast hovercraft jocks out there, you listen to me. You have to engage these things. Run them down as fast as you can. So, I know you hovercraft jocks out there, you're very fast. Get in, chase these things. We need to use you as flankers as quick as possible and harass these things. They are fast, so you got to hit them as hard as possible and run them off. So our forces can engage targets as quick as possible. Keep them out of our rear areas, alright? So, hovercraft, that's a very good thing. Use them as blocking forces. We'll get some intel on you guys coming soon. Now, we have a Charlie configuration. This thing carries an ER large laser in the right arm. They have large lasers. These things shoot a long distance and do a lot of damage, even more than our large lasers do. So they have one on a light mech. And it also carries around an ER medium laser, an ECM suite, and an anti-missile system. Alright, so you're looking at this thing. This is a scout, so if you have any type of yes, we're getting Artemis to our guys out there. We're starting to install it. Basically, it's like laser tag, guys. Makes it easier for your missiles to hit the target. It hampers those things, all right? Somehow the technology disrupts those, but we're going to do our best with what we have. So if you see one of these things, I can see these being used with the ECM that they have running around as a kind of a blocker out in front around their following forces, and they can stand off outside of our large lasers, even PPCs, and shoot at extended ranges and do damage to us. Alright, so that's not a good deal. They can actually outshoot us at ranges and not even have to worry about closing with us. And if they do close, they have firepower, they can tear us up. But there we go. Now we got Delta configuration here. We come across it's got a couple of ER. It got an ER medium laser, ER small laser, and an AC2. I can't say that we're probably going to see that configuration, but they have an ace autocannon on these things. You can shoot out at longer ranges. So, alright, you VTOL jocks that are going to be hovering on our flanks, trying to deploy troops or basically drop some payload someplace. Watch those things. They can hit you from a long distance and take out a rotor blade pretty quickly. Alright, so keep an eye on those things. And from my understanding, these things are like heavy machine guns. They fire multiple times from one burst. Alright, so they act just like a machine gun. Got to watch those things. Now, we got the Echo configuration. This thing has ER small lasers, 4 of them, and an ATM 6. Alright, that thing, but it carries 2 tons of ammunition with that one. So odds are you're probably going to see it in an SRM configuration, maybe a extended range missile configuration for shooting out long distances and getting in somebody's face really quickly. They can do a lot of damage. It's kind of a burst thing. Get in behind somebody and then take out and do a lot of damage. You got to watch those ER smalls, because you get it into somebody's flank, they hit you with that short range burst ATM 6 and all those ERs in your rank, and the next thing you know, you don't have any rear armor left, and they're just pounding into your internal structure. Or if they have your internal structure open, they're going to just focus fire into a flank. Because these things can displace so quickly that you're going to get hurt hard. Alright, so, alright, gentlemen, you got to try to kill these things quick as possible. I can't state it enough. Hit them. Put out some blockers. Alright, like I said, we have to have some fast movers of our own to run them off. And, well, hopefully the fast movers don't fall prey quickly to them. Alright, then we got the Foxtrot configuration, which has a couple heavy medium lasers in the right arm, heavy small lasers in the right arm, ECM once again, and then we have a targeting computer. Yes, a targeting computer. I'm going to discuss that in a second. And another heavy medium laser in the left arm, and 2 heavy smalls, and a light tag system for artillery. So this is your artillery spotter. And yes, they have artillery, like they have these multiple rocket systems, like an arrow system from old days, and they can just laze a target and hit you. Now, targeting computer, gentlemen, that means they have the ability to link all their weapons and fire into focus fire and hit targets easier. So you got to watch it. That's got to be one configuration we're going to look out, especially if we have any dug-in positions, and they can run in there and designate targets really quickly with that tag system. And then next thing you know, their artillery is landing on you. Alright, so they got guided munitions. Alright, it's been a long day. Alright, so we have the Gulf configuration. You got 4 heavy machine guns, a machine gun array, an ER small laser. That's all in the right arm. Right torso, they have the ammunition. Left arm, 4 heavy machine guns, a machine gun array in the left arm, and then they have in the right and left leg ER small lasers. This is an infantry killer. They do have their infantry. This may sound like it's a science fiction movie, but they have battle armor. And you're going to say, what's battle armor? Battle armor is that they have these warriors in a suit of combat armor that is powerized. So they're running around like little mechs with their own weapons that can hurt mechs. And I can see where this configuration came from, helping out killing their battle armor. And if you get into any type of our infantry, they will destroy a platoon of infantry and nothing flat. Alright, so then we got the hotel configuration, which is 2 heavy small lasers, heavy medium laser. Then they have a streak 6, which is interesting system, and that's all. That was the right arm. Left arm is the streak and the anti-missile system once again, and the ammunition. So, streak system. We have our standard SRMs. A lot of times, all of our half of our missiles, or so, maybe a couple of them, miss the target. Somehow they have designed, I don't know if it's like a guided munition or something, but when they fire, they all fire and hit their target. It's amazingly. So it's like they're all laced with a targeting system, and they just guide right in and hit the target. And from my understanding, is that they don't just fire and hope that they hit. Once they lock on their target with like a lasers type system, like maybe it's infrared, possibly. When they get a tone, the missiles go. All right. And then we have the last, it looks like, which has, looks like the Papa configuration. ER large, 2 ER micro lasers. Looks like something to kill infantry. A micro pulse laser. Another heatsink. 2 more ER micro lasers and a micro pulse lasers. 2 more, and that's an expensive one. And that's something that can shoot out at long distances and also kill infantry or battle armor. From my understanding, it's possible that they fought each other in just like we had in the Inner Sphere. So that is it in a nutshell. That's everything you can say about the Koshi that we can see. And all right, gentlemen, we just got that comes in. What is this? Okay, what's it? Oh, they're also calling it a mist lynx. Interesting, a mist lynx. So maybe that's what they call it. All right, so that's pretty much everything that you have with the Koshi, all the configurations. And like I said, this is a very fast mech. It can get in behind, into flanks. You got all the weapon configurations you want to love with play with this thing. And you can get in and hit. I like to use this thing. It's a very nice mech. And I like it because it's just, I use it similar to like when you have a, like I said, a locust or something of that nature, where you can get a lot of modifiers, move fast. It makes it really hard for somebody to hit you, and you have all kinds of weapon systems to basically every configuration can handle most comers when it comes to whatever type of a mission they may have. They may have to go in and take out some infantry. They can do it. They have to do flanker duty of taking out any type of scouts coming their direction, or medium inner sphere flankers. Let's say this thing can tear them up pretty quickly without usually taking too much damage themselves. But like I said, this is one of those mechs that suffers a lot from getting hit, because if it does get hit, it doesn't have the armor to stand up in a fight. So when you're playing with this thing, you're running around the edges, sniping, trying to do wolf pack type tactics, get a couple of them together, even running it together with a dasher or some other mech of the fast configuration, even another one or two of these. And you hit the flanks, and then if somebody's breaking free, you can wolf pack on top of them quickly, do a lot of damage, and then dance away if they displace towards you. So you don't have to close if you don't want to. If you do close, you can still do a heck of a job of doing a lot of damage to somebody. And you're trying to pick off stragglers, or if like you got individuals that like to sit in the backfield, let's say they got some longbows or archers of that nature, get a couple of these and maybe a dasher or two, and wolf pack up as a star or 5 mech omnis, and you can tear them a new one quickly. All right, so you can break up fire support teams. So if someone gets in the habit of parking in the back and just unleashing and expecting to unload all their weapon systems, you can dissuade them pretty quickly with one of these. Now, if you have somebody that likes to run LRM carriers, SRM carriers, one of these things can tear one up and destroy it in probably a turn or two. Just take them out. If somebody has a Shrek PPC carrier or a thing of that nature where they're just hiding in the back, shooting at long range, these things can get in there quickly without worrying too much about getting hit with all the modifiers and get the job done. So that's pretty much the Koshi. I like it. It's or the Miss Lynx if you're one of those clanner types. It's a fun mech. I like it. So if you have a lot of experience with these, let me know. Put it down below. Any type of stories you've ever used. And with this thing, I don't know if you like the new style I have. It's like this is what I might be doing with all the clan mechs, is do it as an intel brief from the Intersphere side of looking at stuff. That's kind of like how I'm going to do the clan mechs, and then we'll go from there. So if you got anything you like, let me know. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends, and we will see you in the next one. This is How Cracks.